This Bucks versus Pacers rivalry that has developed over the last 2 years is the absolute best thing for the NBA. There's no way around it. It's not LeBron versus Steph. It's not Anthony Edwards and Luca. It's this. It is two teams that absolutely hate each other's guts. They need more of this. I was at the game tonight. I saw all the altercations after, and it only adds to everything that has happened between these two teams over the last 2 years. Let me just go down the list for you. Tyrese Haliburton last year hits the Dame time celebration in a win over in a win over the Bucks in the play-in. You have Ballgate, where Giannis sets a scoring record. The Pacers take the ball allegedly, but then they didn't, and there's a fight over the ball, and Giannis runs into the Pacers locker room trying to grab the ball. That happens. They played against each other in the first round last year, and there were a bunch of injuries, and Damian Lillard went crazy, and the Pacers ended up winning that series. And there was this feeling of like, okay, we'll get you next year when we have Giannis and Dame. And then they play a whole bunch of games during the regular season. They play against each other 4 times. The Bucks win 3 of those 4 games. The one game that they lose, it's the Tyrese Haliburton in the corner, takes what would have been a game-tying 3, but Giannis fouls him, sends him to the line, and 4-point play, and he makes it, and then they win that game. And now you have this incredible series where there's multiple altercations between Bobby Portis and Pacer players, or Pascal Siakam and Bucks players, and James Johnson stepping in to settle everything down, because when that dude shows up, everything settles down immediately, because that dude's like 8-0 in UFC fights. But all of this drama has just been building over the last 2 years. And then you have everything that happened tonight. John Halliburton yelling at Giannis after the game's over. Benedict Mathurin and Giannis going at it at half court. Bobby Portis, once again, I was there, had to be walked out by multiple security people to get that dude to calm down. I mean, it was just, it's amazing, the drama. And it's going to lead every single ESPN, Fox Sports, Pardon My Take, Barstool, whatever. It's going to lead everything. And this is what the NBA needs more of. Stars are cool. Stars are great. But nothing grabs the attention of people like good old-fashioned hatred. It just doesn't. Okay, and there's a lot of people, a lot of NBA fans who don't like Tyrese Haliburton. That makes this even better. There are a lot of people who love Giannis. There's your hero. There's your villain. Run with this. Run with this. This is an absolute opportunity for the NBA, because the league has been built on rivalries. And they don't have any in the NBA right now. They don't have any. They did a rivalry week in January. Here they put 10 games, national TV. They deemed it rivalry week. Here are the 10 games that they put on national TV. Knicks and Nets, those two franchises couldn't be any more different right now in terms of their goals. And there's no animosity between those two teams. 76ers and Nuggets, that would be interesting if Joel Embiid actually played basketball. Timberwolves and Mavericks, I get it. That is a rematch of the Western Conference Finals last year, the Luka and Anthony Edwards. I wouldn't even call it a rivalry. They seem like they like each other. Warriors and Kings, there's some history there, but come on. Heat versus Bucks, don't get that one. Maybe it's because of the Damian Lillard trade. Celtics Lakers, that is a historical rivalry, not a current one. Like that game will always matter because of the history between those two teams, but there's no animosity or hate between the Lakers and the Boston Celtics right now. Pelicans Grizzlies, Zion Ja, I guess. 2 guys that have underachieved in their careers so far. Yeah, let's put that on national TV. Nuggets and Timberwolves, a rematch of a great series last year. Jokic versus Rudy, I guess. That doesn't really pique the interest of people, though. Celtics Mavs, a rematch of the NBA Finals, obviously. And then Lakers Warriors. This one is totally justified. LeBron versus Steph. 2 teams in California and 2 teams with high hopes for the season. The majority of those games, though, don't really make sense. They're not real rivalries. Bucks Pacers absolutely is. And I know that we want to think that the NBA was built on stars, which is partially true. What it was really built on, though, is rivalries. Magic and Bird was a rivalry going back to when they played against each other in the national championship game in college, Indiana State versus Michigan State. And that obviously fed into the already established Lakers versus Celtics thing. The league was built on Lakers versus Celtics. Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain. It was built on the Detroit Pistons taking on the Bulls in the 90s. Like, yes, Michael Jordan, very famous for the 6 rings. When you think about Michael Jordan, the first thing that you think about is the fact that he won 6 titles. The second thing that you think about is the bad boy Pistons. The league thrives, and it's not just the NBA, this is all leagues. It thrives off of these legitimate rivalries. And they have one between the Bucks and the Pacers right now, especially if the Bucks run it back with Bobby Portis and Giannis and the rest of these dudes. And the league should eat this up. Like, they're not going to love that John Haliburton ran out onto the court because you can't have fans running out onto the court. But every major outlet tomorrow or today, because this is going to come out in the morning. I'm recording this at midnight the night before. Subscribe. Your boy's out here grinding. Every major entity is going to lead with all of the altercations that happened after that game between Giannis and Mathurin and Giannis and John Haliburton. And they're going to talk about the game winner. So they're going to talk about your league nonstop all day. They're going to talk about a very much established star in Giannis, and they're probably going to talk about his future a little bit in there as well. And then they're going to talk about a rising star in Tyrese Haliburton. Check all 3 boxes. That is exactly what you want if you're the NBA right now, and it's only the first round of the playoffs. This is only going to get better. Also, bonus thing for you, Tyrese Haliburton has Netflix crews following him around for that starting 5 series. This one game is going to be an entire episode based off of everything that happened tonight. Hopefully, you got to watch it. It's very rare that you see an 8-0 run in the final 35 seconds that ends with, a win. More importantly, a game winner to send an opposing team home in the NBA playoffs. Hopefully, you got to watch the game. This is the absolute best thing for the NBA, and hopefully they're able to run with it. Last thing, if you have the money to go see Giannis play in person, you absolutely should. That dude is an absolute stud, and TV does not do him justice.